Let's see in Mark chapter 16, the components of our going for him. What should be captured? What must not be missing in our going for him? Chapter 16 of Mark Gospel, verse 15. Chapter 16, verse 15. Look at it now. He said, and he said unto them, go ye into all the world and preach, and preach, and preach, and preach, and preach the gospel to every creature. Look at Luke now. Luke chapter 9, verse 6. Luke chapter 9, verse 6. What must be captured in our going? Luke 9, verse 6 said, and they departed and went through the towns, preaching the gospel and healing everywhere. You see that now? Preaching and healing. Let me show you two scriptures now. You will see, when I saw the scripture, it was a comfort to me. When the thing really dawned on me, it was a comfort to me that it's not so much about all of these struggles. We just need to trust God and act based on faith. The simplicity of the gospel is enough, is sufficient to do the work. All these other things notwithstanding, but the simplicity of the gospel and preaching the gospel is sufficient to get the work done if we preach it and preach it in faith. 1 Corinthians chapter 1, you will see something there. Chapter 1 of 1 Corinthians, verse 21. So what should we capture in our going? I said number one, preaching. And I will show you also what should we preach. Because that also is another area where we need to focus on. That we say we are preaching. What are we preaching? It's very important. There are so many who say they are preaching. There are so many preachers out there. But what are you preaching? Let us be sure that we are preaching what the Lord said we should preach. Chapter 1 of 1 Corinthians, at verse 21, it says, for after that in the wisdom of God, the world by wisdom knew not God. It pleased God. It pleased God, by the foolishness of preaching. Do you see it? By the foolishness, the simplicity. It may seem to you as if it's ineffective. That is why we are beginning to, devise our own means. We want to help God. But now we don't think that, okay, we need to give them all these things so that we can get them saved. I tell you, those things, they are futile. They are fruitless. They cannot produce anything. They cannot have any effects, tangible effects, spiritual effect in men's life. They may be good, of course, as support, just to, they should be tertiary. No, they should not be the focus of our going. He said, and it pleased God that by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. That by the foolishness of preaching, just preach. Preach the gospel and let God do the saving.